Hey, we are live. It's Danny Cobbin, 1-1 Coaching. I have Liz here with me today, and we're going to talk about whatever shows up. But Liz, will you tell them a little bit about yourself and who you are?
Sure. I'm Liz. Uh, I am almost 39. I am a wife, a mom to a teenage daughter, and yeah, just living life.
Yeah. So I met Liz working at, I guess maybe that's why I have the TPL logo on right now, working out at the lab. And she was always doing like weird, crazy things with her strength and her ability to move things. And then finding out later that she really encourages just like being yourself and working out just for the fun of it, just for the feel of it. Do you want to speak on that? I know we talked a little bit before when we were on Instagram about your history with health and things like that. I didn't know if you want to talk little bit about that now.
Sure. I just did a post on this last night, actually. I've been consistently working out for 6 years now. And when I say consistent, I mean 4 or 5 times a week at least, 4 or 5 days a week, I should say, because there used to be a time where I would work out more than once in a day. And at first I started out working out like everybody else because you think that's how you're going to get weight loss, not from your diet. Um, and then I got a trainer, and I had a trainer for 3 years, and I just discovered how strong I was. And then from the trainer, I went to the lab. And then at the lab, it was like, oh my God, I could flip 300-pound tires and push a 500-pound sled. And I was like the only girl doing that stuff. So it just felt like, God, I was a beast. And then I suffered an injury and struggled with some mental health issues. And now it's like, working out is just different for me, and it's just something I have to go do for my mental health. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, I have to go do it. I have to get that energy out. Obviously it doesn't make you skinny, but it's good. It's me. It's part of who I am.
I remember Courtney lost over 50 pounds. And she was doing the beach body thing. She was eating healthy. There was all these different things, but really the factor that was really stressing her out, it was the stress. Stress was really causing the weight to stay on. And
Yeah.
what was interesting, something for me, I don't ever have to deal with, but seeing it in other people and in my clients and things like that, I've really noticed that the struggle oftentimes is the fact that what I'm doing should be leading to more.
Yeah,
Like,
well, the thing too that I learned recently is your hormones play a major role. So I had my testosterone and my estrogen checked, and I practically had zero testosterone, which women should have some testosterone. And then my estrogen, the bad estrogen, is extremely high. And so, like my doctor said, when you're having that extra estrogen, your body's holding on to it as fat, or I might be saying that wrong, but the estrogen causes the extra fat, and then it makes it harder to lose weight. And then you're out there and everyone's saying, oh, just eat in a calorie deficit. And I'm like, you don't realize how many calories I burn a day, like
yeah.
easily 3,500 calories a day. I don't always eat over 3,500 calories a day. So you're like, it should be coming off, and then you stress out because it doesn't.
Yeah. Like what you're saying is super important in that aspect of like, I was talking to a client the other day about just what you're saying is like, hey, being in a caloric deficit is a really good idea. But the problem is if I've been in a caloric deficit for the last 3 years, that's what my body knows. And my body, it's good to be in a caloric deficit for a little bit, like a little while, and then to eat as a maintenance and then go back into caloric
Yeah.
deficit, things like that. But we're not talking health today. We're talking parenting. But
We
let
can
me
talk
ask
all
this
day
question.
long. Uh-huh.
How has your health, because I know you sustained that injury, how has your health and the ability to work out versus not working out, how has that changed your ability to be with your kids, be with your husband, just be in life?
uh we'll just say the last 12 to 16 months have been the hardest. I don't want to say of my life because I've been through a lot, but it's been a big struggle. walking away from the lab was really tough decision, and I didn't realize how much it affected me until I was at the doctor saying my anxiety is the worst it's ever been. I'm clenching my jaw at night. And then we went on for the last 11 months this up and down with antidepressants and anxiety meds, and you have really bad side effects. And I became this emotional mess. Like my husband could tell you, crying all the time, moody all the time. Like I thought we were gonna get divorced. Like it's just been a struggle. And so finally I'm doing hormone replacement therapy that I'm only 2.5 weeks into that, but it seems to be helping the most of everything. But it makes, when you can't work out, for me, when I can't work out and get that anxiety out, it affects me majorly. It affects my relationships. It affects me being a mom. It affects everything.
Oh, 100%. I didn't realize myself how effective working out for the pure. You know what? Let me tell you this story. Think about kids. Like play is working out for them. So whenever they're doing stuff and they're out and about, they're playing, but they're also exercising. Imagine your kid sitting inside. I have the 2-year-old twins. Imagine them sitting inside all day and not really doing anything. Trash man's passing right now, so kind of hard to hear. But
Really?
like, just imagine that. Like, what would those kids be like if they were just trapped inside the whole time?
Oh yeah, little monsters. No, they wouldn't want to take naps. They wouldn't want to go to sleep. You'd be miserable because they'd be miserable. So.
Oh, 100%. That's what's really cool though, is that we do get to do that. Now that the gyms are opening up, now that you're able to go back out, are some of those, like, how is it now? Like the whole, because I know you're saying you've only been 2 weeks into the therapy and things like that. So it's still brand new and things like that, but I didn't know if you want to speak on that.
Yeah, no, it's already making such a huge difference. I can tell in my moods I'm not as emotional. So the lack of testosterone actually can cause anxiety and depression and the mood swings. And I will say I joined a Facebook, this is kind of a side note, but I joined a Facebook group for other women that do hormone replacement therapy. And a lot of people on there seem to be like menopausal or premenopausal. And I'm like nowhere near that. So it's not just for that kind of women, like anyone should have it checked. But being able to go back to the gym, like you can see, I'm ready because when we're done here, that's where I'm going.
Nice.
It stinks because the class schedule is so much smaller than it was before COVID, and trying, like I was an 8:30 every day girl, take my kid to school, go straight to the gym, no questions asked. And now it's a little harder to find that routine. Like we were at the gym at 5 o'clock last night, which I take my teenager with me most of the time. She loves to go. But, trying to find a class that will fit for me, and then which class I want to do. And then there's like a third being offered of what used to be. It's hard. And so some days I'm even like, I'm not going today. And I have to be okay with that. But then I know later my anxiety is going to be not so great.
That's how cool is that you see that wisdom inside of yourself. And what I mean is something says, if I don't work out, there was going to be some, not issues necessarily, but I'm not going to be in the best of moods. And when I'm not in the best of moods, my relationships suffer. Like I suffer. Like I want to probably eat things that I normally wouldn't eat if I don't go and do those kind of things. Yeah. So I think it's very valuable, especially ladies, to men. We're not talking to you right now. Just be honest with you. But for ladies, I think it's really valuable just to get out there and just do something. And right now in Texas, it's 105 degrees. So walking later in the day just is not an option. But there are a lot of different options. And Liz has a Facebook page where she really supports all different types of ladies and the things that they like around not just weight loss, but wellness.
Yeah.
And maybe Liz will tell you a little bit about that, but we'll link that below so that if any of you ladies are interested in just connecting with Liz and asking her more about her journey, it'll be there for you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So the Facebook page is something I started 5 years ago. It was not my first go round. I started several that never really took off. And I started it strictly to be a weight loss page. I wanted to be one of those, weight loss people. And although I did over time lose 50 pounds, some of which I have gained back, the page has just evolved into just something different where I talk openly about mental health. I do talk a little bit about working out. Anyways, you can find me. It's called Finding Me. You can find me, but it's facebook.com / finding me 33 because I started it when I was 33 and look, I'm almost 39.
Hey, I like that. finding underscore me, right?
No, just Finding Me.
Finding me. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll link that as soon as we get off here. We'll link everything, all that below. Thank you, Liz, for dropping in and talking with me today. It's been wonderful, like always.
I'm just not a morning person. I'm like, God, it's so early, but I can go get my workout done.
Boom, done for the day, right?
Right? Yeah.
Everybody have a good day. Be more you. Go out today and just do a little moving around. Enjoy the day.
All right. Have a great day.